following show contains adult content. It's not our intent to offend anyone, but we want to inform you that if you are a child under the age of 18 or get offended easily, this next show may not be for you. The content, opinions, and subject matter of these shows are solely the choice of your show hosts and their guests, and not those of the Entertainment Network or any affiliated stations. Any comments or inquiries should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for listening.
What's up, Ant-Man?
What's going on? I was kind of jamming out in my own little space over here.
Yeah, it's hard not to jam out to that song. So badass.
Man, so it's been a long time coming. I'm really excited about this. I've been hanging out with these guys and following these guys for a long time. I was even playing them on my old show. And, you know, I've got to know these guys, like, not so much personally because of what's been going on in the last couple of years, but I've really got to know their music. I'm really excited for everybody to be able to hear them tonight.
Yeah, definitely me too. It's great to see a band come in and so powerful with so much talent and that we have the opportunity to present them to you. I'm enthralled. So
I love the simple hard work. You know, I love when
hard work.
You know, like it's you don't put a lot of thought. You're not like scrambling around for like the details. You know what I'm saying? Like you have a point. You know, you're producing music, and instead of I guess personally, Rox, I like it when bands don't spend so much money on the music video, but spend more time or effort into the music, you know, because I just feel like if you get lots of lights and flashing and stuff like that, you kind of draw away from the music. And I feel like more than ever is one of those bands that they don't need the bright lights. Their vocals and their music, their sound is enough to bring them attention.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I get that. So before we bring them on and have more bands, how have you been? How was your weekend?
You know, it was a weekend, man. It was beautiful here. Ohio was good to us, I think, over the weekend. Compared
to Saturday.
Yeah, like I mean, but it wasn't like a 20-degree rain like we've had.
Those suck.
Yeah.
Icicles on your face.
Right. Yeah. Frozen boogers while you're outside smoking. Yeah. No, you know, it's getting that time of year, man. And I'm just watching what's going on. Like communities coming alive, like the farmer market things that are coming out. People are starting to get out. Like it's kind of cool to see so many people, so many faces. You know, they are getting back to business, and the mask stuff is releasing stress, and you get to see more smiling faces. I think it's really nice to be able to see people's faces again, smiles, you know, and smart ass.
You know, it's crazy here in Ohio. I feel like that mask world is a little more open because I get the experience of talking to a lot of people around the world, and everywhere is so different, and there's so many places that are still mandatory that you have to wear your mask. So it's really strange to see that in so many different places.
Yeah, I was speaking to one of my buddies, and he was like, man, he goes, I had anxiety and stuff like that before the pandemic and all that. And he's like, now I have a phobia of going out and being back out in public and social. He's like, so, you know, he's like, it's just great to be back out, but it's weird.
Yeah, definitely an adjustment.
Yeah. So what's been going on with you?
Not a whole lot. Hey, what's up, everybody? We got Greg and David and Thomas.
We got the usual suspects up in the
Yeah.
hands.
They sound great. It was.
Oh, we weren't saying. We have a green room chat going on back there, and we're just having a ball in the, the chat in the back. So,
Wait. Go ahead.
What?
Backroom chat. What? Where am I?
Yeah, in the private chat, in the green room, in the green room chat. Like
I'm out here with the public.
Right? Yeah. Oh man, so it's we're opening up the phone lines tonight, Rocks, and I don't know if we still have the number for everybody. 614-285-4291.
Damn.
Roxy, what's the newest reptile you guys got?
Asian water monitor. Yikes, scary. It's huge. They are one of the biggest, most scariest reptiles. One bite will take your finger clean off. And they're a very pretentious pet to have. You have to be, it's like a, class 10 level pets to own, but we've got a few of those in this weekend. There's different types of monitors. Savannahs are probably the most coolest out of the monitors and most laid back. They're like dogs. You can actually like train them to do stuff, walk them on a leash. They're really cool. And then the Asian water monitors, they usually have a temper, and it takes a lot of training. We went to Tinley this weekend in Chicago, and it is the national biggest national reptile expo. So it's huge. I mean, thousands of vendors there. So many people. It's huge. It's in ARBC, so you have to check that out. But that's where we were at for the weekend.
A water monitor, like a monitor, like that's just already, bro. No way.
Just began.
It's just, I know, right? People are like, we're calling in.
No, it's not Nevermore Band. They're actually with us.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's actually somebody else was trying to call in, actually. So we'll open up the phone lines here in a little bit and get everybody in the door. But that's pretty cool. People are like, I want on a show. Answer.
Yeah, call back in a minute.
Right.
Let's get the guys on. Yeah. So yeah, check us out online, standoutserpents.com on Facebook or Instagram. Boom.
It wasn't us. Oh man, this is gonna be fun as fuck. I'm so excited for this.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, man, more than ever is joining us tonight, man. Let's get these motherfuckers on.
We got Clay. We got Jay, and we got Andy. What's up?
Hey. Oh, there he is. What up?
I've been here the whole time. What do you mean?
What's going on, fellas?
My computer betrayed me. I could probably do like a...
Oh, here's what's going on. You're both wearing Cream Camino shirts.
Obviously. Ooh, yeah, nope.
So tell everybody who you are, what you do in the bands.
I am Chase, and I play the drums.
I'm Clay. I play guitar.
And I'm Andy, and I mess everything up. I also play bass and sing most days.
Love the brutal honesty.
My computer betrayed me, guys.
Yeah, we had a little trouble getting in. We were a little late going live, but we made it.
Stay. All right.
And Greg was the one calling in, jumping the gun. Damn it, Greg.
God.
He just has a really important question. Maybe.
Can I just say that it's so sick that you have a water monitor? Like, that is awesome.
Yeah.
I always wanted a water monitor.
Yeah.
I always try to keep my monitors out of the water.
Oh, get out of here. You're not even a dad, Chase. What are you doing?
Right. Boo. Who invited him?
I sort of shoehorned my way in.
Kind of. Actually, that's a pretty funny story because I asked Chase to join the band for like 3 years, and then he was like, "Oh, okay."
No, it was like, I don't want to join your band, but do you want to start another band? Oh, wait. Actually, can I drum in your band? All right.
Yeah.
Cool, thanks.
Oh wait, you're already in a band. Okay.
It took you 3 years to figure that out. Like, how was that unfolded?
It was pretty much that. I sent him messages on Facebook, and he was like, "I know we know each other, but I won't answer you."
I was very busy making bad decisions.
Yeah, there's a lot of bad life happening.
Yeah.
But no, back to the water monitor. Isn't that the lizard from Rescuers Down Under? I always wanted one because of that movie.
I don't know. I'll have to go
The-
check that out.
The
now.
bad guy's pet was Joanna. Joanna.
Oh, wow.
We'll just say it was.
Do you remember
What's
that?
up, Chaos Ritual?
Wow.
Yeah.
What's up, Chaos Ritual?
Do you
How's
think
it going?
a band can put on a great show without a drummer?
They can put on a great acoustic set without a drummer.
Yeah, like if you're a rock band, absolutely not, or like a metal band, absolutely not. But if you're like, like EDM,
I don't know.
anything
We
like
should
rock-
try, Clay.
See how that goes.
That makes me want to ask, what's your opinion on the electronic drums?
So,
Like,
Chase, you want to answer this actually?
Well, I guess it depends.
in what
you're.
capacity?
Yeah, are we talking about like programmed drums? Are we talking about sample replacement and recordings, or are we talking about like an actual e-kit where you like play on a drum set that's not acoustic drums but is like electronic triggers?
Plastic
More the
slabs.
setup,
Well, I have one, and it is very convenient for if you are trying to practice with your band somewhere and you can't make a lot of noise. Essentially, with the way technology is these days, everyone can sort of be wearing headphones or in-ears so you can hear the guitarist, the bassist, the vocals, all that, and the drummer can be playing the e-kit. The e-kit's still going to be the loudest thing and probably annoying to everyone still in the house because double bass drumming on that kick pad is still beaters whacking the shit out of something. So, but as far as your neighbors, they're going to be fine with you.
I feel like the kick drum was why we stopped using yours because you broke your kick drum beating it so hard.
Well, one, I had to pin it against the wall so that it wouldn't run away from me anymore. And then two, once it couldn't go anywhere, yes, I did eventually sort of obliterate that thing over a couple of years.
You're such a mean drummer.
I'm a heel up drummer and I bury the beater and it's just gonna happen.
I will.
If you know what he means.
I will say that the cymbals on the e-kits do tend to suck. Yes.
Yeah.
I will say that openly. But
Factual.
I think
this
and
comment.
I do know. I
Yeah,
do
Chase.
I mean, that have knocked out albums doing it. You would have never known. But the amount of work you have to go in to make it sound like a real drum, if you're going to use it on something like that, that's a lot of work in itself.
Yeah, even the producer that we go to, he for everything he does tries to use real cymbals because no matter how good the drum VST is, the cymbals are always you can tell that they're fake. You know what I mean? Real cymbals always,
And the stage performance of a real kit is even much more incredible than seeing the kit. So
now you merge the two together and you get your acoustic kit with electronic elements added to it, a la Danny Carey of Tool or some of these other drummers. Now that's really pushing the envelope of creativity and allows you to
like a cyborg.
Yeah.
And
if you haven't seen the video from this week, the band Tool has been having some fun, and Maynard has been pranking on the drummer Danny Carey. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just do a quick search because it's
pretty funny.
He helps Danny get a grip for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, real drums on stage, not only visually, I think are a lot better, but when you're playing on stage, it's so unnatural. Because I played shows with drummers that had, not Chase, but other drummers that had electric kits. And all the drum sound comes from your monitor and you're used to it being, behind you somewhere on stage. And it's it's a very unnatural feeling. I'm not a fan.
And we've played enough shows to know that I never really have full faith in the monitor giving me basically anything. So
the past two shows,
whether it's not loud enough or it overheats and just shuts off completely, you yeah, the acoustic kit all the way.
Man,
Yeah, you've had
That
bad
was
luck.
so funny.
monitor problems.
Chaos Rituals definitely got it there, nail on the head with a real cymbal. It bounces around and you get these different inflections. With an electronic cymbal, it's essentially the same stick hitting the same cymbal the same way every time. And so that sound is just, once you hear a cymbal just pang, pang, pang the same exact way for a section of a song, you're just like, even if you're not a drummer, even if you're not like paying attention to the details, you're annoyed subconsciously. You're like, something was not pleasant about what I just heard.
Well, I think when you're talking about an E-kit or something like that, you're chasing the sound, where with a real cymbal, you're creating the sound.
Yes, definitely. Sorry, I was trying to point at chasing the sound. Yeah. Chase it. Sorry.
Here he goes again with the fucking dad jokes.
I'm gonna go throw up. I'll be right back.
Well, while you're doing that, go visit morethanneverband.com. Let's scroll across the screen. And you can check out our latest music video for The Pursuit,
Yeah,
which
it's
just
there.
hit 200 views, which I know that seems like,
At some point today.
but you have to start somewhere to get where we're trying to go. And so, hey, everyone watching, not right now, but later, go check out that video.
Well, we
Yeah.
might play it for you here later, so just stick around and we'll play it for you.
Hell yeah.
Thank you for
We'll
doing
watch
that.
it later also.
On loop.
Again.
Gotta go and show love and like the video. Subscribe to their channel as well.
Yeah, we'll do other ones maybe.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, that's what I was talking about when we opened up the show. I'd mentioned, you guys have never really been about the glitz and the glam part of it. You guys have always been about the music part of it. And I think simple is spectacular in many different ways. And I love that the music video, like I was talking to Andy about it earlier in the week, and I was telling Andy, I feel like with you guys, it's like the video wasn't about lights and glam and stuff. It was about the music, and I followed with the music more than I was like, camera, music, band, boom, right there. And it was perfect. I love the delivery of it, man. That was basically what I was telling Andy. And I love bands who focus on the music more than like what they look like,
Yeah, we
Thanks,
definitely
man.
care more
That's
about
awesome.
the music than what we look like. That's for sure.
That's really nice of you, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, we, it kind of was just like, hey, let's try to make a video, and if we hate it, we won't ever do that again. But it was a lot of fun, and I was bugging both of them earlier today about let's do this for the next one, let's do this for the other next one, and they're like, Andy, calm down, I'm at work, shut up.
man.
I forgot.
That's good. You got the flow going, the ideas.
Oh, always.
That's what I love
we're
about this
great.
band is like
Too much.
all three of us have always been like on the same page. Like I'm the most recent one, but like since like I joined the band, we've all been on the same page as to what we want out of this band, and we are all just very like efficient while still having a good time. You know what I mean? So it's just the best of both worlds.
Obviously, because all three of you answered at the same time in the same tone.
Yeah.
I've always really liked bands that they take their music seriously and they play well and they put on a good show and they have a maybe their songs have a deeper meaning, maybe they don't. That's not as important always, but just what they put on the stage, they put their whole heart on the stage, but then when they walk off the stage, they're like funny and they're not acting bigger than they are.
Right.
'Cause
Like
we're
the
all
Black
just
Dahlia
people.
murder. Yeah.
Like anyone, name drop. There's a story there, I think. It was like the Black Dahlia murder.
Yeah, I was sitting here about to be like, yeah, like when we came Camino and those dudes tore that roof down, but they were just so awesome off the stage. And he's
Yeah.
like, Black Dahlia
Yeah.
murder, you're
I
not my
feel-
homies.
No, they're just super chill dudes. Like they pretty much just smoke a bunch of weed and literally just go to their fans. Like they don't really
Oh, here we
care
go.
much about like meet and greets and shit. You know what I mean? They'll go to anyone and talk to anyone.
Good.
Like considering how big of a band they are and the fact that they still do that, that's amazing.
I
Like,
like
how
Mhm.
many bands at that level actually do that? Very few. You know.
You're definitely right there.
less
And-
more these days, less these days than ever before. Because I remember when I was a kid, like it was like every show I went to, you know, granted it might have been $25, but now like $375 for a meet and greet, and I don't even get to
Yeah.
see you. Like you're,
Oh, yeah.
you're
Right.
The meet and greet thing, like,
Oh,
mark
man.
my words, save this video in all of history. If we somehow like get to a point where we were doing that like that big and there was a demand for it, no, not that, like, stand in a line, picture, sign, get the fuck out of here,
no,
picture,
hardly any
sign,
word.
get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, very awkward.
Yeah.
It's just not the experience I ever want to give someone.
I don't. Yeah, I would feel
I would just
so
feel
bad.
weird doing that, you know?
Yeah, I'd be like, "Hello, other human. Thank you for spending a lot of money and not paying your rent this month to come see us. All right, bye."
Yeah.
Jeez.
The end.
welcome to Walmart. Get the fuck out.
Right. Right, here.
Jesus Christ.
Thumbs up. Okay, bye.
Yeah.
I have to go pretend to care about the next person now.
So you guys, you know, compared to our music scene, this is where I'm going to take a shot at our music scene. We got
Uh-oh.
lots of old blood in our music scene, and you guys are fairly young, you know, in comparison to some of the bands that have been in the game around here for a while. Where do you guys see as a young band, where do you see the music going? Like, do you feel like the young bands are getting enough love and show of affection in the music scene right now?
I think every band that is putting out a product that is enjoyable to experience is going to find their crowd in Columbus. There's just so many venues.
For a while there wasn't. That kind of disappeared. But I think I don't know. The music scene has so many facets now. But I think it's a good thing. There's a lot of hungry, really good bands. We talked about Cream Camino, which I should point out, Chase and I do own other shirts. But we went to the Cream Camino show last weekend with Zoo Trippin'. Actually, it was the Zoo Trippin' show. I should say they released their album, and you should all go buy it. But we were both wearing these shirts, and I'm thinking, like, if anyone went to that and then saw this, they're probably like, they just live in those shirts. We might, I don't know. But no, as far as the scene, you know, we're young. Like, the band hasn't been what it is for very long. But Chase and I played music in the music scene for a while, and there's a fun energy about it now. I think, especially coming out of COVID, everyone kind of got a glimpse of if it's gone. And I know it not having music bummed me out a lot. For a long time, I was in a pretty big funk. I actually bought a new computer that apparently doesn't work. So here we are. And it was just like, you know, to be able to do music or play games or anything, just to have some kind of creative outlet. But no, I'm excited for the rest of this year, and it's been fun releasing this new song. And bands have just been really nice.
I think
I'm
that's the
excited.
big thing to hit on there, is the bands that are nice. Like any band, old or young, like the key thing, I think, to help you be successful and grow is being good people, both to your fans and to the other bands, being supportive, going
And
out
your
to their
bandmates.
shows. Yeah,
Don't
and
be
your
a jerk.
bandmates. Yeah,
Life's too short to be a jerk. You're never going to be that big.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are, what band you've been in, how many tours you've been on. I don't care any of it. It's like, you're just a person. Just be a human. Don't be weird.
Notice that, like, the most, like, famous and just all around successful people just act like they're the nicest people in the world and the most humble people in the world, you know? Like, and the ones that are like pure assholes, like, yeah, they may get clout for like a little bit, but it dies off quickly once people realize that they're just no fun to be around.
sort of like that Puddle of Mud band.
There's a lot of name drama going on.
What?
I could so add to that list, man. Yeah.
Dude.
It's just unfortunate. It's like that's not what music's about. Don't be weird.
Yeah, well, and the hard part is social media. You know, for all its glitz and glam of social media and what we all feel like it's done for us and hasn't done for us. You know, you sit back, you look at it, man. It has literally killed all facets of music, whether you believe it or not. You know, the street team, you know, the communications, the networking, the face-to-face interactions instead of interacting through a phone, you know, booking a show via Facebook Messenger as opposed to going in and handing them an EPK or meeting somebody in face-to-face, you know. I think a lot of bands have wrapped their head around the whole I'm going to post something after midnight when I'm all shit faced, and I'm going to hope I delete it before everybody wakes up in the morning.
I never deleted it. I don't know. No.
So it's like I've seen some crazy stuff in the scene, man. But you know, with you guys putting out the new music, what was the writing process like for you guys, and what was the plan?
Oh gosh, tell them, Chase. Tell them our secrets.
Well, so I think a lot of our secrets, or our writing process seems to be working for us. Is any one individual comes up with about 90% of a song, and then the other two listen to it and tell them how garbage it is. and then that song gets flushed down, and then we go to the next one, and you eventually get to one where, hey, that's not pure trash. Let's work on that.
Good job, Clay. You wrote a good song. Not like that stuff Andy did.
I didn't even write our best one.
Yeah, it's sort of like guys. That. I know when I was in high school and the thought of being in a band, it was something I wanted to do. I thought that every band everywhere must write songs by just like getting in a room with all their instruments and just be like, yeah, let's see what happens. And then I got in a band and we did that. And what happens is nothing, a whole lot of nothing for a very long time. And like maybe
it can be rough.
Like maybe you hit that magic that one time and you get a good song out of it. But it is, to me, at least in my experience, been nothing but like bashing my head into a wall as you like sort of just don't get anything productive out of it, especially this day and age with technology where it's so easy to sort of like say you're the guitarist. Well, you can sort of get some drum loops or samples dropped into a DAW and sort of you got your riff, you can add a little bit of drums to it and sort of see what the vibe is like. Or even just a lot of times Andy and Clay will have guitars. Andy will put some vocals to it. Hell, we've got one song we're working on now that was just vocals. And we're sort of
I sang like the whole song.
Yeah. And he sang the song in his head to a click track. And that was all it was vocals. And then we're going back in after the fact and sort of trying to write the music that fits with that. The problem there is that Andy's heard this whole song in his head for like 10 years now.
A long time.
And so
I'm a stubborn one.
New version probably of what you
remix.
So
and drop G, motherfucker, drop G.
Yeah. No, it's in B minor. You told me that.
No, yeah. I know, but it's yeah.
So everything we write for it, he's like, that's cool, but that's not what's in my head.
I'm trying to shut off my brain and be open-minded because I don't know. We'll see how that goes. I think the three of us, if we stood in a room and jammed out together, we could probably write some stuff. We have a good chemistry going, but we all have the ability to record in our homes. So if we get like a song idea, we can just record it and just send it over Google Drive and be like, hey, what do you think? And Chase is like, oh, good job, Andy. I'm going to re-record all these guitars and then add drums to it. And I was like, okay. Like every song.
For a lot of people at home, this is your guys' first music video that you've done, but not your first song you've put out. And I've actually played I've played a handful of them on my old show. And so from that music, from that point, when you guys were writing and creating that stuff to this new sound and new music video, what's changed the biggest part, Andy, for you guys in More Than Ever?
I made this joke. Chase and I went to high school together, and we've known each other for a long time. And we were in a band like 10 years ago. And I made a joke the other day because I was asked the same question by a relative of mine. I don't remember who, but they were like, "Why do you have this new sound?" And I was like, Chase and I think, are making the music that we weren't good enough to make like 10 years ago. But it's kind of, it just kind of feels like, for me, it's the music that I always wanted to make and just hadn't been able to piece together. And then
It's probably my fault. I was a
That's
terrible
fun.
influence back then.
we,
That's
yeah.
You got a cool song idea. Let's make it 15 minutes long.
15.
Yeah, we were like, let's be too progressive with everything. But I don't know. It's just fun. One of my favorite things about music, especially like rock and I guess metal or new metal, is when a song just makes you kind of bob your head and you don't mean it. You don't realize it. It's just like subconscious, like you're breathing, and it just has a groove to it. You think about like System of a Down. I was a huge fan of like Mudvayne, but then like Linkin Park they were the kings of that. Every single song, you're like, oh yeah, and you had no idea. And then 30 minutes went by and you listened to their whole album twice, and it was great. I don't know if I can bring that to someone for 3 minutes, then I feel like that song served its purpose.
Greg wants to know about your music video and what was the most difficult process in shooting it.
Lighting is easily the most difficult, and I think you guys
I
have
think
a different
just
opinion.
doing it.
Just-
Lighting, yeah, but just doing it, just kind of getting, for me, it was kind of getting past this mental block of like, oh, we can't do this. That won't
Yeah.
work.
Yeah,
And then-
I guess we spent longer in that phase, but then yes, once we
Yeah.
were actually committed to doing it,
We spent like
Uh,
months talking about it, and then spent like 3 hours on a Saturday basically recording the whole thing. And then you probably spent the same amount of time editing it. I mean, yeah, it ended up being a lot of fun. But yeah, lighting.
yeah, we did that video ourselves, and there was a lot of learning through there. I think if we do, or when we do another one ourselves, because currently I think our next video that we do is going to be, we're gonna hire out to sort of get some professional help, but then we're gonna watch, at least I'm gonna watch everything they do and be like,
Take notes.
yeah, all right. And so our next effort we do ourselves will probably be a step up. I think we probably just have to invest a little bit of money into lighting, because
For stuff on our own.
yeah, and then other than that, like the editing part, I've been me and Andy have both messed with video software before, sort of playing around with making like lyric videos, and then for myself, even way back in the day with Flash, Adobe Flash. Yeah, back in the early days of the internet, that was like the way to put animated content on the web. And so, I've been editing video style stuff on a computer for a long time. So it sort of all works the same in the general concept. So that was just fun.
Also, Andy's wife, Andy, they actually recorded, or I guess shot the video with their phones.
Yeah.
And
True
then
story.
Andy Chase, did a bunch of the editing. Well, Andy did help too, but yeah, like they did a lot of the editing just at Chase's place at practice. We just edited on Chase's computer.
Yeah. And the very intro of the video is actually my favorite part, because sort of like they call it B-roll, I guess, like where you're just sort of getting some video that's not necessarily of people. It's just sort of moving around in your environment. And I sort of was able to get my cell phone camera to sort of trick on like what it was focused on, what it wasn't, and getting some depth of field stuff, which is like usually you need like a camera with an actual telescopic lens or telephoto. I don't know the term. I'm an idiot, but to like get that effect going on. So
I did the thing and it looked good.
yeah.
The end.
Somebody asked what editing software did we use. DaVinci
Oh,
Resolve is what I used for the initial sort of loading in. I think we had like 7 or 8 playthrough video files of the song, and then in DaVinci Resolve sort of
I think it was 8.
chopping it up into sort of like, okay, this section Clay's doing something cool, and this section Chase is doing something cool, and this section Chase is doing something cool, and this section Chase is doing something cool.
Yeah, the
There was a
initial
lot
cut.
of Chase doing something cool.
The initial
And then
cut.
all
Those
the lighting towards me was awful. Like,
yeah. And then it was like, I guess Andy's singing, so we should show him doing that. All right, enough of that. Back to Chase.
But then after getting that all spliced in DaVinci Resolve, which is a free software, and it's very powerful, and I sort of wish it was what I first started on. Software, I don't know if anyone messes with anything on a computer, but like there's a wide variety of like DAWs for doing audio, video softwares for editing video, paint programs for doing images. And it's like once you learn one, it's sort of really hard to go into the realm of another one because all the menus are different, everything
Even
you're
if it's
looking for is
better,
different.
all
Yeah.
the shortcuts are different.
Yeah. And so I have when we were first doing lyric videos, the first video software I got was a software called Movave. And it's really easy to use, and that's what I love about it. Like everything's sort of drag and
Extremely.
drop.
Even I
like-
can use it. It's very like easy to use.
Yeah, I would say that if you don't even have any experience editing anything, that would be a great piece of software to start with because it's just super straightforward and simple. Whereas DaVinci Resolve is like meant to sort of handle almost everything. And so it has menus and screens for everything, and it can be overwhelming.
I think Adobe Premiere is super overwhelming in comparison to a lot of ones you just named off. It's the
Mhm.
biggest one that's used, but it's very overwhelming.
Yeah, Premiere Pro is crazy. Like there's so many, and that was what I first learned on. That was the first thing I ever learned to edit on, and I was like, man, like there's so many. I just need to know what I need to know. I don't
YouTube tutorials.
give me what I fucking need.
Yeah.
I'm not editing Jurassic Park here, guys. Just calm down.
Right. And then I come across a new software called Video Leap. And that's been pretty successful. So I don't know, like anybody out there who is not user friendly with stuff, check out there. Like, the guy said, there's plenty of options out there, man. But do your research before you start buying a bunch of apps.
Yeah,
Yes.
they do have some free versions you can check out too, but it's kind of important to learn these skills. At least have one person in your band that can do one skill or another, whether it's the video editing, the even audio editing software, to shooting of video.
It's basically a requirement these days, I feel like. It's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
To be very
It really
professional.
is. Unless you have like a ton of money to just pay people, like which musicians don't that are nobody anyway.
99%
Yeah.
of us don't.
You need to just learn how to do stuff. And it can be surprisingly fun.
That's what the world's turning into, is self-products, these with musicians, self-produced bands.
Mhm.
Well, they walk around with this expectation of like, I deserve this. I deserve, like, and I just see it a lot with the whole, I want it right now. I don't want to put any work in. I just want it right now. And so I feel like that people like us, you and me, who see people who like do hard work, you're like, I want to work with them. I want to work with the ones that are doing hard work. I don't want to work with the ones that are lazy, but I feel like the time off we had due in the last couple of years, I feel like a lot of people took that opportunity to be lazy, and now we're getting back into the swing of things, and they're like, well, I want to be on shows and I want to get back into it. I'm like, well, no, I'm not, it's not, you don't just get to walk back in here,
Yeah, I've seen a lot of situations like that where bands, for whatever reason, I mean, it was emotionally draining and tough, but I feel like we took good strides during the pandemic and all that. But there are a lot of bands, yeah, like you said, trying to get on shows now, and like they fell off of social media and didn't really do a whole lot. They didn't write a bunch of new songs or anything, which that blows my mind. You had all this time, like why not? But they've lost a lot of like their fan base and a lot of just their clout, I guess. I don't know. I hate that word, but that's all I can think to describe it.
Dude, a lot of local death metal bands broke up during COVID.
Yeah.
A lot. It's crazy.
I feel like that should be
Kinda
like a bumper
sucks.
sticker.
Well, that was crazy. You were sort of talking about, you can't imagine just sort of going and not making new material. When I caught the bug and I had to be home for a week and a half, 2 weeks or whatever, I wrote 4 or 5 whole songs, one of which was good enough to make it on our EP.
Another one was good enough, but you didn't let us finish it.
We might work on that one again someday. You talking about PETA?
Oh, I forgot about that. There's 2 then. No, because there was that other song.
Oh, the one we just finished recording in our
No. No.
See,
Hey,
now
fellas,
I'm
it's like-
lost. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's the "We Are the Change" song. You wrote it then too.
we're gonna open up the phone lines, guys. Take a couple calls from people.
All
All
right.
right.
Right on.
Fan.
So go ahead, give us a call 614-285-4291. You guys can call in and talk to More Than Never. So
We
with-
dare you.
Uh-oh.
Oh man.
Oh shit. So
If you dare.
with the summer coming up, man, you guys are getting ready to like hit the scene pretty hard, I would imagine.
I hope.
Yeah.
We're gonna try. we have some more songs coming out. We're gonna release the whole EP sometime in the summer, and then hopefully play some shows and
Yeah, we
get
got
back
some
on the
stuff in the
stage.
works. It sounds like Andy's sort of the that's his realm in the band.
Right. Yeah. I'm not good at art, but I can send messages to people and say, "Hey, you should book us on your show." Yeah. Do that.
Right out.
Do that.
And so I do.
I have a question of curiosity. You guys have any rituals that you do? I've been asking a lot of bands this lately. Anything that you do before you go on stage, or is there like a song you all break into? If you mess up on one song, you break into like some,
Oh, that
No,
would be
if
awesome.
we should do that, because if we mess up, instead we just awkwardly jam until we get to the chorus. And
Yeah,
then
we-
sort of-
That's so funny, dude.
We could sort that out. Yeah. In the uncertainty, that would be a good idea for that song.
yeah,
Because of the monitor.
yeah, the
Yeah.
monitor was out, couldn't hear the guitar at all, and just was completely
It was-
dead in the water almost. By the
That
chorus,
was
I
so
sort
fun.
of wrinkled it
That
back.
was-
I think we got a
Uh-oh.
phone call.
Greg.
You're live on RA Nation with More Than Ever. What's up, Greg?
Hey, what's up, guys?
All
What's
right.
up, man?
Good night going.
How you doing?
Oh, good. Busy, but good.
Right on.
What can I do for you,
So,
brother?
I just had a question. I just wanted to circle back. I guess that's what the cool kids are saying nowadays.
I've never been one of those, but I'll believe you.
When you, when you guys, I thought it was very important when you said about like the older bands, trying to just waltz right back in. And I think me and you have the same thought process. It's like, 2 years, we're basically sidelined. Everything was, and not showing anything new, and then just wanting to come right back in. It's like it's a totally different thing now, and I just definitely agree with you guys on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a golden opportunity. Everyone, even internationally touring bands, were sidelined, and everybody that plays music or does something like that had the opportunity to create. And for as terrible and depressing and as soul sucking as that time period kind of was, we all were on the same level for a little while of we can all make things and present them kind of equally, and it just blows my mind that some people did none of that in that time. I mean every major nationally touring band, now they're starting to do festivals again. All of them are going to have new albums. I've seen a lot of bands or artists in bands that are in side project bands that are releasing new albums with those bands too, because they're like, well, what are we going to do? We're just going to sit and write 50 songs. And
For real.
it's like, if you can't write 5 new ones for an EP as a local band, like, I don't know, man.
My other band
Sort of
wrote
like
2
what-
EPs.
Sort of
for
like, kind of
band
like,
too,
what are you doing with your time?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, at least to me.
No, you're completely right. I agree.
Man.
It's just strange, that I've seen that a lot, and it's like, well, haven't heard nothing new or anything, so
Right.
2022 now.
Right. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you can't get on a 2022 show after a heat of a pandemic with 7-year-old material.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I don't mean to be a dick, but I mean that's a lot of time.
No, that's just facts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And why would you? I don't know. Like, writing music and making it's fun. Why wouldn't you make more?
Right. Yeah.
Exactly.
It doesn't have to be Stairway to Heaven, but you could write something.
With my project and everything, we love doing it. So, when 2020 happened, we took the opportunity and was like, you know what? Let's just write as much stuff as we can. So, I totally agree with you guys on that.
Right.
What's your project called?
Ad nauseum. I am the vocalist of Ad nauseum.
Heck yeah, man.
Nice.
Yeah, so we actually have a show coming up this weekend. So,
Oh, nice. Where's that?
Winterfest.
Oh, right on.
Winterfest. It's in Springfield, Ohio. So,
Oh, sick. That's cool.
We're headed in the exact opposite direction from Columbus,
Yeah.
up towards the Canton Akron area for this weekend's show.
Yeah.
Beach
Oh,
City.
sweet.
Yeah,
The
best of,
McAlpine Meadery.
yeah,
We've never played there before, so we'll see.
Hell yeah, man. And I just wanted to chime in and, that was, I think that was very important what you said. And I think, I hope every band, young bands, older bands, understand that, like, if you don't put in the work and the effort and the time and dedication, there's nothing.
Well,
For sure.
Like I think bands like more than ever, like when, like you guys are going to remember your opportunities that were given to you, and you'll remember the opportunities that were taken away. And at the end of the day, you always want better than what you had before. So, like, I don't really see any curbs or any speed bumps in you guys' way, man. Like, you guys are really on a good direction for 2022. And like I said, it's great to see a band that has that kind of foresight.
Actually, can I interject something?
No.
About
go for it.
2020? Actually, because I'm a fan of your guys' work and on your Facebook, you
Oh,
guys
thanks, man.
posted more in 2020 than a lot of the older bands did. And just not posted, but posted new stuff. Or
Yeah. Well, we released our album in 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's always
So,
been our goal to
you know,
be
it was like-
active.
Sorry, what?
oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That and that just shows it's like, man, there was a lot of bands that just went radio silent and dead for whatever
Mhm.
reason. And it's like, now I see those same bands, some of them, like, oh well, this and that.
Well, we had like as much as we did, there was much more we wanted to do. A lot of logistic things sort of came up. We sort of had some lineup shifts in a little portion of that. We really wanted to start streaming live from our practice space on Twitch or on Facebook. But the logistics of that just is, we sort of got right to where we thought we could probably put out a good product that way. And then like all the shows are starting to come back, and it's sort of like now we're more back focused on releasing our EP, getting these shows booked and playing. And but I definitely don't want to forget about trying to get some form of streaming element going.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to work on that.
At it, it's like the future. It's kind of like the future, right? Live streaming.
But it's sort of like it's a hard thing. Like for me, I feel like sure, maybe one stream we can just like go up and play our set, but like what about the next stream? Like how many streams are you just gonna like play your set and people are gonna be like tune in and watch them play these songs again? So like the next step is evolving, like, okay, so we stream and maybe we play a song, but we have to have other content that we're putting together that we're sharing that makes it worth tuning in to. And maybe it's just having roundtable discussions like this or something. We get a couple friends to come over and we like jam a song, and I don't know, but you definitely can't just like launch Twitch, play your set, close Twitch, and hope to get anywhere with that.
Right.
Yeah.
You gotta continuously be growing your audience at the same time, and you gotta remember that recycling stuff does happen from time to time. You can't do it continuously, but sometimes it's okay to recycle something and bring it up again so that a new audience can be presented with it.
I've seen acoustic artists who are normally on open mics pull up their profile page, and they have a profile page where you can use stars, and they collect stars as income, like a tip jar. It's like a virtual tip jar that way. And they'll come on and they'll play new songs or whatever, something they're working on, and they'll get somebody to donate to them to help them raise money.
Yeah, for sure.
There's all different ways to do it, man. But Greg, man, thank you for calling in, dude. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Thank you, Greg.
Good luck with your show, dude.
I love you guys. Love you, Ant-Man. Love you, Rocky. I'll see you guys down the road. Later.
Bye.
Later.
But yeah, I think it's important to be innovative and on top of your game, man. If not, you're gonna get crushed.
Well, yeah, or you just won't be at any. I mean, there's nothing wrong with, make music what you want it to be. There's nothing wrong with going and playing with your friends or going and doing any of that stuff. But if you're gonna sit on your couch and complain like, man, why aren't I playing at these big shows, or why aren't I doing any of this stuff with my music? I mean, look in the mirror and say that. Why aren't you doing that? And then get up and do it. Or don't, but at least try and have fun.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're growing closer to the end of the show. So I want to get this video played out for everybody because it's such a great song. So
Thanks.
Thank you.
So I want you guys to tell a little bit about it and introduce it. And then once you introduce it and announce it, I'll go ahead and play it for everybody.
Is this the song that you uploaded and you were like, I don't think this is like any good?
So yeah, it's really funny. It was right around this time last year, actually, when I wrote this song, and I had been listening to Linkin Park a lot. I think it was last year or 2 years ago. No, it had to be last year. They released like the 20-year anniversary of Hybrid Theory, which makes me feel really old.
Old as shit. Yeah.
But it's like 4 albums long. Like, it's amazing, and if you can listen to it, check it out. And the first album's Hybrid Theory. The second album is Reanimation, which I loved back in the day. I still do. But then there's 2 albums of like demos and B-sides and live versions of songs. And I don't know, it was really inspiring to hear some songs in different evolutions, and even some songs to be like, wow, Linkin Park, this song's only okay, and you made this song into something amazing. And then as far as The Pursuit, which is our song, it's kind of a good segue. The whole premise of that song is just, if you have a dream, chase it, pursue it, or, live the dream or die dreaming. It's like a lyric in the song. And I was just, I don't know, I was kind of inspired by the Linkin Park album. Like I listened to it for like a week straight and just, I was just like, if we're going to do it, let's try to do it. And then, I wrote that guitar, like the guitar part for the whole song.
Yeah.
Kind of poorly, and sent it to Chase. And I was like, this might really suck, but I threw this together today.
And it was like all demos start out in a rough state. And like the first verse was sort of like, I don't know, but he got to that chorus and I was just like, oh no, this is you hear something, you're like, nope, it has something. This is something. It's not there yet, but this has me already in its craptacular form, wanting me to listen to it again. And so let's work on this. And that's what we did. Is that one of the many songs where I like came out to the studio, was like, so how'd you play that? And then like re-recorded everything and uploaded it again.
I think you did it like I think you did it like that at your house. I don't think I came home. Yeah, I think I sent it like on a Saturday afternoon, and that evening you're like, here, I redid it, but added drums.
And then you added vocals back to that.
Vocals, yeah.
And we were like, all right, we're working with something here. I think this might be some fire.
Now let's wait a year and actually record it and then release it.
and so this is the life cycle of a song for bands. We have heard this song
hundreds of times,
hundreds of times in its many different forms. Actually, when we left the studio and had like that version to sort of listen to for mixer visions, I hated it because it sounded so much different than our demo. I had listened to our demo for so long that this sounded different. I was like, that's not how it goes. That's not how it sounds. This is I mean, they have a term. They call it demoitis for a reason.
Yeah,
it was an important lesson because we never really experienced that, I think, before that point. But just because you hear something and it sounds wrong doesn't mean it's bad. And actually, what I think is going to end up being our best song on the EP later on, I used to sing the verse differently until we were in the studio. And they were like, hey, try doing it this way. And
the drummer of Starset said that, actually.
Okay, well, just throw that out there.
Starset and the Black Dahlia murder, and like, all my homies, Beartooth.
I didn't say I was homies with Black Dahlia murder or the.
And then Ozzy called us and was like, "Hey man,
Colin in reverse gave me this flag."
Oh, I would die. I would die.
He would literally die of that. But yeah, anyway, so that's how we wrote that song. Yeah.
All right. And you want to announce it?
Sure. This is More Than Ever playing The Pursuit on RA Nation.
I'll never know what I'll find. Looking for the light that's ahead of me. Trying to live my life right, but it doesn't feel tight. Too tight, choking the air out of me. I know I'm gonna be fine, searching for that limelight, in pursuit of my destiny. All this time I see the barrier was me. Will I live the dream or die dreaming? I don't care what you say, but keep talking anyway. Like a freak show, I won't let it be though. Smiling on the outside all through the day, walking on the fine lines, a above a break mind. I'll keep pulling that thread anyway. Insecurity influence, circumventing the membrane, interlocking my last will anyway. But I know I'll be fine, I'll let me
Yay!
I haven't listened to that with headphones. Like, I don't know if ever. Wow. That's like,
Cause you got them Callies, bro.
yeah, I've been too used to listening
Yeah.
to. I know, like studio monitors, sure, like it still sounds banger there or banger in the car, banger on a phone, but like, whew, with the headphones. Damn.
Thank
You
you. On
say
a phone?
banger on a phone.
Yeah.
Hey,
How come
is
I
that
hear
too far of a stretch?
I would expect nothing less from you, honestly. Drummers.
Man.
Yeah, my ears don't work. Sorry.
That's
Been
true.
next to cymbals for my whole life. Thank you, Greg.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, dude.
Man.
Thank you guys.
Well, thank you guys for coming and hanging out tonight with us. We really appreciate you guys.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
appreciate you having us. This is so awesome. Been a lot of fun.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's been a great time.
Let everybody know where they can find you at.
Morethanneverband.com leads you to our music video, and all our socials are linked on there. Yeah, you can't.
You
And then my finger falls up.
get them on Spotify. You can get all their stuff as well through their website.
Any place that streams, yeah.
There.
Apple, YouTube, Amazon,
Totally
Tr-
awesome.
Tidal. Go nuts.
All that jazz.
So and now that you've seen it, the video here, you still have to go to the YouTube channel and check it out.
That's right.
Yeah.
And then tell everyone you've ever met in your entire existence to also go check it out.
Yeah, that's how it works, you know?
And then when they wake up the next day, check it out again.
That's right.
Share it again.
Do it.
Then when they wake up the next day, just be standing next to their bed like, look, watch this. Watch
Hey,
this.
check my song, man. Check my song.
Ah.
Have you checked out the video yet? Have you?
Have you seen the video yet? Also, it's worth mentioning because we're here that on April 1st, we're going to release another song.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. You heard it here first. We haven't actually said that anywhere yet.
Here,
We have a funny nickname for it.
Yes.
are you gonna drop that
Oh,
for us
sir.
too?
Ari. Oh, I thought you were
That's
about,
not it.
I straight up thought you were about to pull up a picture of one.
Of what play? Of what?
So the song we're about to release is called Uncertainty, and we would call it Uncertainty because of the way like he spelled it one time. I straight up thought he was about to pull up like a picture of a taint and on camera.
I am not nearly that prepared. I was just trying to spam our songs before the
You have a whole
video.
folder of tape pictures on your phone. What do you mean? You're just lying around.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what. None of them, not even for $200, are clay paint.
Somebody's just open for a taint fairy to come by.
Oh, the tape fairy.
Funny.
All right.
Oh my gosh.
Is there any last words that you guys want to leave the audience with?
Taint fairy.
That tape fairy. I just sprinkled some tape dust on you, and you can. No, I don't know, guys.
We'll
Life's
have
short.
a
Go
EP
live it.
out coming out in the next few months or so. We're aiming for July, but we'll see. Yeah, and yeah, it'll be cool. We
Yeah.
have it completely done music wise. We're just waiting to make some videos for it and stuff.
Do you guys
Correct.
want to? Are you guys looking to get on shows out like more shows than what you're on right now, or are you?
For sure.
Okay.
Especially now that like the EP's done, we want to
Right.
play. You know, we'll have an EP release show. We'll tell you guys more about that when we find out what there is to talk about it. But
Nice.
yeah, the hope is
Yeah.
to get to play in Columbus some more and reconnect with people that we haven't seen in years, and then maybe play outside of Columbus once in a while.
Right on.
Yeah.
Stick around in the green room, guys, after the show, so we can
Okay.
talk.
All right. Thank you guys so much. It was a pleasure having you on the show here. And,
Thank
Thank you so much.
Thank
Yeah.
you again.
You're in
for
Hope
sure.
Speed
Come back
Lives.
soon.
Man, they are fun.
Dude, like
Awesome.
I love it, man. I love it. It's reinvigorating, like to deal with somebody like that, man. Yeah, great dudes, man. Like you get what they're about in the
Yeah.
conversation.
Yeah, and going back to the beginning of the conversation when we were starting out with the name dropping and talking about how bands, can interact with their fans or not, or how they interact. You can tell these dudes are pretty solid with their interactions. They're straightforward and they're cool as fuck. So
Well, I love when I go to a social media site like a Facebook page or a Twitter page, doesn't matter. Like what a lot of people don't realize, and I'm going to give you a little nutshell before we close the show. Viewers who have never been to your pages can tell when the last time you posted was. And if the last time you posted was 6 months ago, you're probably not getting business.
Yep. Keep those posts coming.
So thank you guys so much, man. It was an awesome time. Next week, I'm particularly excited. It's going to be really fun, man. We got Uncured in the house next week, Mr. Zach and Mr. Rex.
Yes. Definitely a badass band, and you're all going to love it. So make sure you tune in. A big thank you to Standout Serpents, W4CY Radio, Talk 4 TV, and Music Familiar Productions for making this happen for you. And thank you for being here and joining with us. All of our commenters, our audience, whether you're watching now or later, we love you all. And we hope to see you again next week. So,
all the babies, mamas. Sorry, Miss Jackson.
Later, guys.
Later.